The reason you're struggling to stay disciplined isn't because you're lazy, it's because you're doing it wrong. Let me explain. You have a new goal, you have a new routine. You go about it, and basically, you do it for a few days. You're relying on willpower only to keep going. That is wrong. Discipline isn't about willpower, or relying on willpower, I should say. Discipline itself is actually easy. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can build discipline, and stay consistent. So by all means, let's jump into it. Let's jump into the big problem, right? Why we're struggling to stay disciplined. You have to understand that discipline is about doing something whether you like it or not. It's not about relying on willpower and forcing yourself. It's about doing something regardless of how you feel. Now, we all start strong in something, a goal, a routine. We start strong, we're pumped up, maybe even made a plan. Life happens, motivation fades, we don't feel like doing it anymore. You're forcing yourself, you're relying on willpower, whatever it is, it happens, and you end up quitting. Does that sound familiar? So that's how most people go. If you want to keep going strong, you have to understand discipline and need to build it the right way. Discipline, people think when it comes to discipline, oh, I'm going to wake up every day feeling motivated. No, it's not how it is. It's not about just waking up feeling motivated and pushing with sheer willpower. That's not what it is. That's just not what it is. People think that's how it is. Like if you show up like, oh, I'm gonna just feel good. There's days you're gonna show up, wake up, you're not gonna feel good. You need to stop relying on feelings and instead you need to rely on a system. Discipline is easy. Why is it easy? Because if you have the right mentality towards your goals, right? You're not doing mistake number one. There's three mistakes. And the number one mistake is you're trying to copy others. You're trying to copy the guy who's been in the gym for 10 years. You're doing too much, etc. That's why it's going to be hard. You need to start small and work your way up. See, the thing is, discipline is easy when you start at the right pace and you build up. You need to build it up. You cannot just do something else. You can't just do something that someone else is doing that is very difficult. You're doing too much. That's one gigantic mistake. You're making it way too hard for yourself. You need a system. You need to stop relying on motivation. You need a system that you rely on. A good plan. And also, of course, you gotta have schedule. You have to have good habits. You have to have a good schedule. Again, you need a system you could rely on. If you're relying on willpower, you're already lost. You're eventually gonna just give up. So that's the thing. That's a big thing right there. And again, a lot of people make this mistake of listening to other people or making it way too difficult. Discipline doesn't have to be difficult, right? This is something that people have been programmed and learned online. Oh, hard work, hard work. No. And another thing is the overthinking, the mental battle. You're negotiating with yourself, is how I'm gonna put it. You're thinking about it. I'll do it later. I'll do it this time or whatever. This is also another problem, and this is gonna prevent you from being disciplined, right? So if you said it, you have to do it. Don't debate. Again, discipline is about doing something regardless of how you feel. There's going to be days where you have to have willpower, but constantly relying on it is the biggest problem and the biggest trap when it comes to self discipline and building discipline. So, again, the mentality has to be there. You have to have a plan. Taking action is also important as well. So, if you're someone who's not taking as much action, you're thinking, do the 2 minute rule. It's something I made a video on, and I think a lot of people got some help with it as well. The 2 minute rule is something I use to get started. Basically, if it only takes a couple minutes, do it. Or just start doing it for a couple minutes and see what happens. It's kind of like I'm gonna go for a jog for 2 minutes, and then you're gonna do it. The mental thinking, overthinking goes away. It's honestly one of the best things you can start implementing. Again, I have a video. It probably popped up throughout this one, so you go ahead and check it out. But again, the secret to discipline isn't willpower. It's setting yourself up so you can take action. So taking action is the default. And what this means is it's not about just relying on willpower. It's about having a plan where you're just constantly taking action, right? You don't want to like, oh, I gotta wake up 6 a.m., run a mile, work out, go to my job, and then do more stuff at night. If you don't want, that's too much. It's about managing your time. Well, it's about managing your energy, not your time, right? You're right. You don't want to just destroy yourself in the morning with a workout and a 1 mile jog, and then work, and then you're more tired, you're out of it, and you come home, you're dead, you're depleted. That's the thing. So don't look at the time like, oh, I got 16 hours in a day. I'm gonna work 16 hours a day. No, no, no. You have to wake up to reality, and that is you're not gonna be able to keep up with that if that's something you don't normally do. For example, someone wakes up 6 a.m. If you don't wake up 6 a.m. and you're gonna do this every day, it will be very difficult probably. It will eventually become difficult because your body and your circadian rhythm isn't used to that. So you have to start waking up earlier little by little. A few minutes a day, every day, that's not a bad way to start. 10 minutes every week, etc. You don't just jump into something and keep doing it like most people do. There's no plan here, and you just completely set yourself up for willpower. Because obviously, there has to be changes. The great thing about our body is change is constant. So make the changes. Don't shoot up to and do what someone else is doing, a workout and a mile jog in the morning. That's probably going to be for certain people. If you don't have the energy in the morning, my best tip is do not do certain things in the morning. Keep your mornings for clear minds. Meditations, book reading, journaling. If you have more energy in the afternoon, probably implement working out. So this is big for building discipline. This is big for being consistent. If you do something that's not really working for your body, right? Like if you're completely out of and fatigued, discipline like there's no you got to work on your health now. So there's a lot when it comes to this. And if you're someone who's not, you know, who doesn't have much discipline and you're a constant scroller, you're scrolling on the internet, doing all these things, you got to break habits too. There's a lot that goes into self-improvement, building self-discipline, right? Because it requires good habits. So there's a lot to change. There's a lot to work on. So it takes time. Starting slow and doing small habits, really quick, easy habits is great. Using the 2 minute rule is one of the best ways to get started and help you overcome procrastination. Again, we got some videos on this channel that could truly help you out for staying consistent, beating procrastination, building discipline easily. And I hope this video, by all means, helped you out. Comment down below what you're working on, what you want to improve on. Because by all means, in this video I think has provided a significant amount of truth, solid information that you need. So hopefully this video helped you out. Comment down below what are you working on, what are your habits, what do you need to change, what do you need to stop doing, what do you need to start doing. So again, if you're copying what other people are doing, it's not going to work for you. If you rely on willpower, that's why you're struggling, right? Find out why you want to do it. Find out why you love it. Find out those reasons. Find a motivation. Don't rely on motivation, but have motivation. It's not a bad thing, right? Having motivation is great, but you also have to have discipline and a good system and a good plan to keep going. So when the motivation fades, or if you don't feel like it, which that will happen, you keep going. Why? Because it's part of your routine and you want to do it. You need to do it. So that's the mentality you're going to need, and having a plan and understanding why you're doing it in the first place, your reasons are really going to help you keep going no matter what. Thank you. I appreciate you. Subscribe, like. I'll see you next time.